Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy back with another video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of those good things on whatever respective platform you're seeing this on. I just wanted to jump on this morning and share a quick thought. It's going to be quick because I have not done my meditation this morning. I have not journaled. I have not done any of my morning ritual. I did listen to some content, so I did feed myself, but I just wanted to jump on to say that a part of the process and the journey that we don't like to talk about, or we definitely don't like to experience, is that oftentimes 9 times out of 10 it's going to get worse before it gets better. But that is a part of the process. And if you even think about all of the times in the past when you set out to do or be better, if you reflect back and think at what part did you get stopped out, what part did you tap out, is usually some sort of opposition. And the more mature you get, it may take more, or you may get a little bit longer or deeper in the process, but eventually you feel like you're overwhelmed and it's just too much, and we all tap out. But ultimately, that's the very same thing that we avoid is the very same thing that we have to eventually go through and conquer. Excuse me, if we want to make it to where we're trying to get, and to accomplish what it is that we want to accomplish. I think I heard, I don't know if it's attributed to Plato. I don't know, so don't quote me. But I heard something yesterday, and it was along the lines of the very same caves that we are scared to face contain the very same treasures it is that we're seeking. And that is like a loose translation, and I don't even know who it's attributed to. I'll have to look that up, but it's true. And like I was saying yesterday, again, when doing the work, a lot of times we attribute shadow work as just something evil, deep, dark, creepy. It's really just confronting and acknowledging and processing and working through those things that we have suppressed so long that they have formed an ingrown resistance, and it just appears that it's coming from the outside. But everything is within. If the kingdom is within, if everything good that we project and that we desire is within, the opposition is also within. And so the opposition is the very thing that we have to work through. If you think about the parable of the sower, immediately it says that when the word is sown, immediately that the fowls of the air come and pluck it up before it even gets a chance to take root. And then right after that, if you make it past that initial opposition, then right after that, it says that the seed does take root and it does grow for a little while, but it doesn't really have a chance to plant roots yet because the sun scorches it. It is too intense, it's too hot, and it eventually scorches it. And that is what I was just speaking about. A lot of times we get in certain parts of the process, especially in the past, where it's just like the heat is too hot and you eventually just get out of the kitchen. It becomes overwhelming, it becomes too much, and you just feel like, I can't take it no more. You just give up, throw my hands up, and at that part is where we are temporarily defeated. And so we think that just because we give up, that opposition will just dissolve. But the thing is that you are going to have to eventually start right back at that point where you threw your hands up, and you got to conquer it. Just even thinking about Christ when he was baptized, and then it said that he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. It says specifically that he was led. And so this was not meant to kill him. This was not opposition that was not ordained or was not for his good. And it says that he was tempted, as he fasted and as he postured himself to get ready to enter his destiny and receive everything that he was supposed to receive. He had to be tempted. He had to be refined for 40 days and 40 nights. And the thing is, all of these things that he was presented with seem to be on the outside. But as we know, and as we're learning, if everything good is on the side, if the kingdom is within us, then all of the opposition is as well. So ultimately, there was those things that were in him that, had he not purged himself and refined himself of them, they would have derailed him, and he would not have been able to enter into his destiny. And it wouldn't have been anybody's fault but his own. And it would have seemed to been outside opposition that would have justified or given him an excuse, but the whole time it was within him. Same thing with us. The opposition that we have faced on the outside is the reflection of our inner world, our limiting beliefs and programs, things that we've suppressed, things that we don't want to confront, that we don't deal with, ultimately project and show up in our outer world. Like I was saying yesterday, the world in reality is not an illusion; it's a projection, and it's a projection of the film and the slides and the soundtrack that we have within. Our soundtrack is our self-talk, our inner conversation, and the film and the slide is what we visually see and what we experience. It's like it's more likened to video than still picture. Or even 3D or virtual reality. All of this is in our head. Our brain is the projector, and our reality is the screen of life, and it shows what's going on in our inner world. So anything that we want to change on the outside, we must first do the work within. So going through resistance is definitely a part of the journey. Don't be discouraged. Don't think it's strange. Like the Bible tells us, don't think it's strange if fiery trials come upon you. This is a part of the process. This is something that we have to go through or grow through. It's growing pains. One interpretation of the parable of the sower said, because at the third layer, after the sun scorching the sea, it says that the opposition, it's the cares of this world, the desire for other things, and the deceitfulness of riches. But one interpretation, the second one, the second tier, the second process, where it says that the sun scorched and the sower got discouraged and got off of the seed. One interpretation says that the pressure that arose through the word. So we're thinking that it's opposition and resistance from the outside, but it says that the pressure that arose through the word caused him to be offended. And so what that means is that, like I said, everything that we perceive to be outside resistance is not really resistance. It's just growing pains. And so it's things that we have to go through. It's uncomfortable. It hurts. It's confusing. It's all those things. But it's something that we have to, if we persist through it, eventually it'll all make sense, and we'll come out on the other side and look and see that it really was for our making, and then we won't curse it. We'll be able to bless it. So it's all of the part of the process. Stay encouraged. Be encouraged. Like I always say, and will continue to say, firstly to myself, continue to do the work. Don't be discouraged. Don't let up. And I would say persist through like your life depends on it, because it definitely does. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you derive some value from this. Hopefully if you did, you will share, you will comment, let me know how it helped. Anything that you guys would like me to touch on or to go over, or to, if you want to ask questions, you want to get my insight on it, I invite it. I don't know everything, but I do invite the challenge, because that causes me to seek, and that causes me to grow. So until next time, transcend.